Hello, I'm Stefan Key, and in this video, I want to talk a little bit about my upcoming 6-month online training, Harmonic Field Architecture with Ableton and the Push. And it all started in 2020 during COVID when I got somehow the download and the inspiration and almost the obsession about this idea to be able to perform a full-on sound bath just with the computer and the push. So basically turning the computer into a sound healing instrument. Somehow my soul was nudging me in a direction, investigating what is possible with digital technology in terms of sound healing and frequency work and field architecture, working with frequencies, sound, geometries, and tunings in order to create more coherence. This is what the course is about, and I'm about to show you that it's very possible and easy to perform a full-on sound journey with just the push and Ableton, or like a sound bath, however you want to call it. And the idea of the course is, among other things, that during the course we will create our own custom template which allows us to perform and record and produce and loop our harmonic field architecture sound offerings, right? And I have created a specific one for today. That's just one option. I was just pulling some of my favorite instruments together to just show you like a basic demonstration. But throughout the course, we will look at what instrument resonates for you and what makes sense for you and your work. And at the end of the training, you will know how to work with healing frequencies, how to use tone generators to create healing frequencies and brainwave entrainment frequencies like binaural beats, isochronic tones. You will look at different tuning modalities, alternative, more resonant nature tunings like 432 Hertz precise temperament tuning, planetary tunings, Pythagorean tuning, just intonation, all the tunings that are not fracturing the field, but actually creating stable standing wave geometries. And we will also have a look at how to layer sounds, and how to loop instruments and how to mix and master. And the specifics of harmonic field architecture in regards to scalar harmonics, consciousness, breath, geometry. So I'm very excited about this course, which is going to start in February 22nd next year. And it's basically the culmination or the result of 5 years of inquiry and testing and researching and looking at all the plugins and all the ways to work with sound in an intentional way. And I'm very excited. And I want to show you a little bit now, walk you through a little bit of the template, show you some of the elements in there. And then I will perform a little improvisational sound journey, all with the idea to maybe spark something in you and maybe see if you feel the call and are excited, to work with sound in that way. And it doesn't really matter if you're like a seasoned sound healer already and you just want to take your skills to the next level in terms of creating a more immersive experience, or if you consider yourself not a musician at all and you don't have any sound healing instruments whatsoever. That's the whole idea, and the power of this setup, there's the push and the computer, is it's very portable and travel friendly, first of all. And the cool thing is you can change the tuning, you can change the octaves and the pitch and the scales, right? So it's highly versatile, it's highly flexible, makes it very easy to collaborate with people. And there's a lot of benefits to working with the computer as a sound healing instrument. And I also hope I can show you that it's nonetheless like soulless or not alive or whatsoever, So let's dive into it. So I suggest you wear like headphones. It's really important to hear well also the sub-frequencies, because we're going to start out with some healing frequencies. First, let me introduce the binaural beat and isochronic tone, which is for the brainwave entrainment frequencies. Let's take a deep breath. At least I have to. And this is a 72 hertz frequency pulsed at 4.3 hertz, which is like a harmonic resonant, or like it is an harmonic of 432, which is a very powerful number code that occurs all throughout nature, and we will get into that into the training as well. So this is a theta brainwave entrainment, right, which is a deep meditative state, and also a state that helps us reprogram subconscious beliefs. I like to work with that frequency a lot in sound journeys with intention, because this helps us to really access our subconscious and to make it receptive to reprogramming negative and outdated beliefs into more positive ones, right? So that's the first thing. So now let's add some more healing frequencies. Maybe, let's see what we have here. Oh, for some reason the Solfeggio frequencies are gone. Oh, here they are. Beautiful. So now let's add some Solfeggio frequencies, right? We start with the root chakra frequency. (396 hertz), resonating the root chakra, also helping to release fear and creating a feeling of safety and stability. Very beautiful. And then let's go to the heart chakra, 639 hertz. And everybody's favorite, 528 hertz, the DNA activation frequency. Right? And those things you cannot even do without a computer. So that's the first argument for also working with computers in the context of sound healing is, tone generators, frequency generators. So that's very beautiful and very powerful. But now let's bring in some of the organic instruments, right? So let's have a look at maybe a Tibetan bowl. And all that I'm showing you are like sample libraries, which means organic instruments that have been deep sampled in studios. And I know what a labor of love that is, and what a, time-consuming work that is. I worked on a sample library for indigenous Costa Rican instrument, and so all that just goes to say that those are original sound sources. It's really important for me that in that work that I'm doing, that the sources are organic materials captured, right? So we have this organic component, but then use the power of the computer to make it more immersive, to change the tuning, and to layer it in ways that's only possible in the computer. So now let's listen to this Tibetan bowl. And again, I suggest headphones because this one is pretty low. Ooh. Wow, listen to that resonance, right? I could also play it an octave higher. Right? And let's say I could loop this now. So I just hit record here. And then I play some notes. And Ableton is capturing that right away. All right. Going up again. And if I hit record again, so now my hands are free, the bowls are playing, right? Magic. Okay, so now let's have a look at another bowl, a prayer bowl. So now, different timbre, right? And again, I can play any octave. If I had an actual bowl right now, which is a beautiful instrument, and this is an actual bowl that has been recorded in the studio, but then with sample pitch technology, you can just change the notes of the recording, and that's the magic of the computer, right? And I can play a chord even. Right? So now to there with your tuning, with your Tibetan bowls playing a chord like this is not possible. But in the computer, it is. So that's awesome. And now let's look at another set of bowls, which I call the bliss bowls. And now I'm going to play like a whole chord again. Right? And with those little elements, you can already achieve a lot. But now let's also go to some actual instruments. How about a handpan? Right? So let's start with the low octaves. Bass handpan. And the cool thing about the Push is it's a very expressive instrument. So it is velocity sensitive, which means those pads that are triggering notes, they respond to the pressure of my fingers. So if I press harder, right, the notes get louder. So can be very expressive and go all over the octave range. And then there's this touch strip here, which also allows us to do some changes to the sound. In this case, I can change the pitch, so check this out. Right? You hear how it's going up and going down? Right, so this gives us more expressivity again. Sometimes it's good to create those moments of tension, right? Because then it feels even more resolving and you can get this vibrato. So all that goes to show that the Push is an amazing instrument. It's way more than just a MIDI controller. For me, it's an extension of my being. That's how I would like to invite you to see it, that this can be an extension, a vessel, for your soul to express itself and to channel healing energies. And it's very responsive. And I love it. I just love it, because it allows me to express myself in a way. I'm not a trained musician. I mean, I have an understanding of music theory, after producing for 20 years. I got some idea of it, but still I couldn't read sheet music or and the Push allows you to play scales with the same pattern. So let's say like this is the C major scale, right? And then I can also play a C minor scale. Right? And then I just move the pattern over and then I can play a C sharp minor scale. Right? So I don't even need to know much about music theory, I just need to remember the shapes. Can play any scale, like across the board. This is, to me, very powerful. Okay, so let's look at some more instruments. Maybe, how about a kalimba? I really like kalimbas as well. So let's just go to the kalimba. And first, let's maybe turn off the effects and let's hear how it sounds on its own. right? Beautiful kalimba. And now let's turn on the effects, turn it into something more magical. You know, and if I wait now, it's coming back. Magic. Right? It's all about creating magic with sound. It's also what the course is about. Okay, cool. And then, you know, I've been collecting instruments and researching and really trying to find anything that was also used in a traditional way across the globe, different cultures, different shamans and elders or people working, you know, in ceremonial context with their traditional instruments. And so, guess what this one is? Jawa harp, right? How cool is that? And then check this out with the pitch. Right? Super cool. So I have a Jawa harp here and I can change the pitch and everything. So, of course, flutes, right? Let's look at some flutes. Panpipes. So, again, the magic of the computer. So, the same instrument, super low. Like that flute, I don't know, would have to be like 2 meters large in order to get that low. And again, I suggest you wear headphones. Right, but the higher we go, beautiful, right? And if I turn on some effects, it can be a little bit more like vibey. Right? And then another pair of flutes, not a pair, but another flute that I really like. I have the same actual flute actually as an instrument. It's a D minor bass flute, and this one has been deep sampled. And the cool thing is, it comes with articulations. So, right, so those are the normal notes, sustained, but then same note, different articulations. And then all of a sudden you can get really expressive. Right? Again, just showing how expressive you can get. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you before we get into the little demonstration is some atmospheric sounds, which I also really like. You know, it's all about this immersiveness. So here we have some bamboo chimes. Right, and maybe you can hear them dancing around. And then the power of the computer again, let me transform those sounds. Right? Turning them into this liquid river. Right, same chimes. All of a sudden, they are this beautiful river. So yeah, all those things you're gonna learn in the course. And then let's check out those celestial Tibetan chimes. All right, just beautiful to create this ethereal vibes or bring people back from their deep journeys. Then some rain sticks as well. right? Super immersive. And then some what I call wood spirit. Let's see what that is. Oh yeah. And again, you could use the touch strip to make it darker and brighter, get more expressive. Okay, cool. So again, this was just one example. Those were just a couple of instruments out of the plethora that I have available that I've collected over the years. I'm kind of a collector of sample libraries for that purpose, that I'm, wanting to be able to have any instrument at my fingertips whenever I want to collaborate and to create whatever vibe I want. And for this demonstration, I just picked a bunch that are kind of my favorites and that I've worked with a lot recently, also for a new template. So yeah, let's just have a little jam, a little flow. All right, so now that you have seen the setup, let's just do a little demonstration, or like a little jam, right? So now I'm just improvising, basically, just to show you how, like, one possibility of blending and merging them all together, and how it's really like allowing me to express myself and to channel, co-create with the land here, the beautiful land, and just stopped raining. So yeah, let's take a moment to tune in. and so on. I could keep going, but I think this is it for the demonstration. Yeah, so I hope this gives you a little idea and gets you excited for the upcoming Harmonic Field Architecture 6-month online training. If you're interested to join, you can check out my link tree and or the link in the video description if you watch this on YouTube. And yeah, I look forward to see you there and sending you many blessings from Costa Rica.